Welcome to West Pennine LMC annual general meeting. Thank you very much for taking the time out to come along today. We've got a really interesting speaker where we're talking about primary care networks, and I'll introduce you about in a minute. Just a bit of housekeeping. As you can see, we are recording the event today. It's available on the LMC website later, so for those that want to watch it again or share it with other people. The toilets are on just out of the big room on the right. We aren't expecting an alarm today, so if you do hear an alarm, then please go out through the front to the front of the hotel. If you have got a mobile phone, then please either switch it on or put it on silent so that we don't disturb everybody. So I just want to say a little bit about the LMC itself and what we're here for. We're here to support general practice. Of course we are, the general practices around, but also about supporting patients. It's been a really, really important time. We've got huge challenges in the NHS at the moment, and they're getting harder and harder, and all of us are feeling those challenges. And we as the LMC are here to support you, the GP practices out there, who, by the way, deliver 90% of most of the care in the NHS. We are the absolute jewel. We work, the rest of the NHS works. We fail, the NHS itself fails. So we as the LMC are here to support your needs, and also, most importantly, your patients that you serve as well. And so as part of that, I really want to say thank you to all my GP colleagues, my practice managers, my practice nurses, reception staff, back office staff, who actually make general practice work. We don't hear enough about our colleagues and the people who actually behind the scenes are doing the very, very hard work. So I'd like to, on behalf of the LMC, thank you all. And of course, as you can see there, it's no longer just GPs and practice nurses, but we've got pharmacists, physios and all sorts of other people that are now becoming part of the family of general practice as things change. And we're going to hear a lot more, I guess, about some of the opportunities and some of the risks that brings about. But I'd really like to thank you all for all the work that you've been doing. There's been a lot of change that's happened in the LMC itself, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for us to say thank you to Dr. Peter Wright, who's been a secretary at the LMC, and really has been part of the LMC for probably over more than 20 years or so. He finally retired this year. And left the LMC, and I'd like to say thank you to him. I'd also like to say thank you to my colleague, Dr. Hannan, who was the Vice Chair of the LMC and stepped down earlier this year. He was a real stalwart for the LMC, and you know, in the last number of years, he's been a very, very important friend and colleague of mine to help us in terms of the direction of travel that the LMC has taken. So I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Hannan for all the work that he's done. And I'd also like to thank Dr. Richard Fitton, who retired last year, but then came and worked for the LMC and helped set up our data protection office role, and really got us into a very strong position. A large number of the practices in Tameside, Glossop and Oldham CCG decided to choose him as their DPO to help support us and get us into a position where we're at the moment, whereby he decided to retire and step down. So I'd like to thank Dr. Richard Fitton for all the work that he's done. And then talking about building and moving forwards, I'd like to thank Dr. Alan Dow, who joined the LMC. He's been a member of the LMC for a very long time, but he became the secretary of the LMC and has really brought a lot of experience, knowledge with him to help us in terms of the challenges that we're now moving forward with. Some of you may also know, because of some of the unique challenges that we're facing here in Oldham, he's actually increased his workload to try and support the very specific issues that are in Oldham itself. So those practices that are in Oldham have got any challenges, then Alan Dow is spending more time to help support you in terms of that. And then finally, I'd like to thank Jane. Where is Jane? She's over there. So I'd like to thank Jane, because once Richard Fitton had stepped down, she stepped up and she's now become the DPO for many of the practices in Tameside, Glossop, as well as Oldham. So thank you very much. And Sue Gills, I'm not sure if Sue's here. Oh, Sue's over there, who's been supporting us in the DPO role itself. So thank you very much for joining us and helping to strengthen us